but there was just something that happened where that wind got to that point, time to roll, and thank God we moved.
Luckily pulled the plug when we did, because it's blowing like 35, 40 right now.
Oh, double.
I could fight my crazy ass.
Cascade Lake, round 2. Rod and I were here this summer, just kind of tested the place out, and we had some really good fishing. We saw and we caught some really big rainbows. So our plan is to come back in October. It's October 10th, I think, today, and do a whole show here about Cascade Lake in Idaho. It's a beautiful place, and the potential for catching a truly trophy-sized rainbow trout and yellow perch is pretty good. So it's the first day, first morning, we're rolling out. You can see it's smoky out west. We've had crazy smoke issues, but the water's lower. Campgrounds are all closed for the winter. The boat dock is pulled. You know, there's like a couple people in the parking lot this morning. So we really don't know what to expect. Never fished here in this fall. It should be good. Rod and I have been talking ideas, and we're definitely gonna just go search for some rainbow trout this morning. It's all there for a reason.
Telling you.
And you can have whatever you want.
Really?
Yeah, take whatever.
I want your new truck.
That's not the back of the truck.
I want the payment though. I want it free and clear.
A body of water like Cascade Lake is massive. It's really intimidating, even for a professional like myself. I got in contact with a couple guys that I know. They kind of weeded the area down for us a little bit. And you know what? We're just gonna start looking around.
Just getting started here for the day. Haven't fished this body of water in a while. So it's October, it's cold. What I'm looking for here is the edge of some weed beds. There's some weeds that are still green. We're looking for a little bit of the edge of the weeds and then maybe the edge of the channel that's over here. But we're putting out, we're gonna put out a couple side planter off to the side and a couple flat lines with some weight out off the back of the boat. We're gonna put fish flash, mag lip, we're gonna do a 3.0 and a 2.5, and we're gonna use perch, pink, and brown trout color. We're just gonna kind of cover the water, just try to cover a bunch of ground and see if we can figure out where these fish are wanting to hang out.
Oh baby, there we go.
Oh, gold.
Bam! Just getting her dialed in. We just come off that cliff too. We were like in about 10 feet of water, and then we pulled it right off the ledge into 17. Just awesome, just starting to get these things dialed. Feels like a pretty heavy fish. Smalley! So good. Copper. That's a really beautiful fish. Right on. Yeah, buddy. Of course, we're chasing some big rainbows and caught a nice smallmouth, which is always awesome. Anytime you catch a bycatch or something, it's always welcome. Boom! Flat line, baby. Oh!
Every one of them jumping too.
Oh, look at that. Oh!
Another 20-inch
Dude,
fish.
that thing's 22. That one's bigger than the one I just caught. Same thing, 20 half,
21. Yeah, here we are again, October. He twisted my arm again, had to change some things around. This is the place to be right now. Fall is always the best. I love it when they jump out on the end of the cast way out there.
These things are just so hot. The fish are just so hot. They're hitting them, just boom, and coming out of the water 2 or 3 times. That's so fun.
That's cool when they jump.
Still going. Did you get that other rod out of the way? Oh, come on. Now we're starting to figure them out.
You got a little bit of a pattern now.
Yeah, putting together a little bit of a pattern. Boy, these things are, it's what's crazy about these rainbows here. They fight so hard too. So explosive. They hit this plug and just come airborne immediately. You lose half of them. Yes! Measure them on the net there. 21.
20 and a half.
Yeah. Boom! All right. Putting a pattern together. I love it.
Oh yeah, it's a smallie, big smallie.
Yeah, it is. Yeah!
Nice smallie.
So awesome. That's a big smallmouth.
You want to catch everything? And... yeah,
That's a freaking toad
That's a good
smallie.
one.
Look at the size of that thing. That's one of the bigger smallmouth I've ever seen.
yeah, he's 3.5, 4 pound smallmouth.
Oh! October, November, it's cold, and these fish are putting on the calories, getting ready to go into winter. It is the best time of year to be on the water, and the crowds are gone.
He's like
19 inches.
19-inch smallie. If he put on a little weight, we need to get him on some milkshakes and stuff.
As soon as he switched to gold maglip, I mean, that's 2 trout and 2 big bass. That's good. That's something.
Yeah.
Gold was working. All I had to do was get you to break yours off. They'd eat mine instead. Hottest lure we've had has been this gold 3.0 maglip, and so I kinked the line on Rod because he's been out fishing me for the last couple hours. He didn't see me. He was when he was
That's what
eating
happened.
snacks. So yeah, it's like I gave Louie a fly with no hook earlier in the year to get him off my back, and this time I just clipped it. So he lost it. We only got 1 gold maglip left, and now I'm catching fish.
Some trout. Perch.
That's a big trout. That thing
Yeah,
looked
it's
huge when it come out of the water.
Very nice.
Is that a small one? Is that a small
Yeah.
maglet?
Yeah, it's a 2.0.
Is it?
Copper.
Okay, ready?
Copper 2.0.
Nice. Yeah.
That's a good fish.
Wow. Man, on the little maglip.
On the tiny one.
Had a baby.
2.0 copper.
2.0 copper. I'm gonna switch out. We do have a few of those. You need some pliers?
Oh, we switched over to the 2.0 maglip, which is the smallest one. And we're running it a lot slower, like 1.3, 1.4. And immediately hit a nice rainbow. We're trying to get perch.
There's a lot of fish over here, Rod.
Yeah.
Well, pro tip of the week, if you're gonna tie off your boat, make sure it's tied well. It looks like these guys maybe had their fancy ski boat tied to the dock at their house or whatever, and got away from them. They didn't know what happened. Showed up a week later, 2 weeks later, the lake went down and they found their boat.
Yeah, they got it in the water, it looks like.
Yeah. Success. Pro tip of the week. Make sure you water ski with an engineer. You want to pull it in and check that hook, or did you already?
Yeah, I better
Oh,
check.
I got one now.
Finally got us back in the fish.
Finally, back in the fish.
He was chasing me again. Oh, I got one.
You go.
He was just so little, he couldn't tell if he was on there. That one is really healthy. He's
Yeah,
really,
that's a fat one. That's a fat 18-incher.
yeah. Picture of health.
This tiny magnet. The 2 O's. That's 2 O's and 1 3.
That's a monster.
That's a giant fish. Look at the size of that.
That's
One.
the biggest one today.
Wow. Oh, John. Look at that thing. That is a dandy. Let's measure him. Hang on. Not yet. Right there. 22
and a half.
Man, woo! That's a freaking toad, man. I mean, we caught 5 or 6 fish over 20 inches with one 22, then 3 or 4 21. I mean,
Yeah.
like just big rainbows.
Consistent too, all day long.
Consistent action. The only time it ever really slowed down is when we ventured off to look at some other areas and stuff. But once we know where the trout are, tomorrow we're coming back and we're gonna give them everything we got. Try to get 10-pounder to the boat. We know we are in a race against the weather. We've been looking at our phones. Weather's coming in on Saturday afternoon is what it's saying. So we know
Doesn't look good. We're gonna get some heavy rain tomorrow.
We knew it was happening before we came up here, but you know, what are you gonna do? It probably turned the fish on, so kind of chasing the storm around a little bit. And this morning we think we're gonna get till maybe a half a day of fishing before we get blown off or rained off. I mean, obviously the rain doesn't matter that much, but the wind is what we gotta keep an eye on. So Rod and I have been checking our phones the last few days. It's been updating, and as you all know out there, weathermen suck. And you can't trust them, so you gotta keep checking your phone.
Yeah, they have a thankless job, is what it is.
That's what I meant. Weatherman, you have a thankless job.
we're trying to go with something gold, but maybe a little bit on the darker side. So we went with the brown trout and a different goldish looking pattern that we have. So we bumped up our maglip size this morning. Went with this one was a 3.5 maglip. What is it? Something weird here. What do we got? Rainbow? Oh, it is a rainbow. Just didn't know he's hooked. Whoa! Nice one too. We got a 3.5 gold. Just crushed that thing. The fatty too. Kind of decided to try the bigger.
Whoa! Another dandy.
Yeah. Can't get my hand around him. That's a fat one. Just crushed the maglip.
That's probably our average size
Yeah.
right there.
18, 19. Go back. We really feel like we've got the bite figured out. We hammered them yesterday. We know where these fish are. The storm isn't here quite yet. It's gonna be on.
Barometric pressure starts dropping, they go on the feed bag. And then after it clears out and the high pressure rolls in, they stop and get lockjaw.
Get out there and we keep doing the same things, and you know, we're catching a fish here and there, but it's definitely different than yesterday.
We're definitely in the turnover, which is not ever a good time to be on a lake. It's when the turnover happens, it's always bad. The lesson is you just never know. You can't really predict.
It's apparent that these fish have shut down on the leading edge of the storm and getting into the barometric pressure dropping. Weather forecast is getting real bad. We're getting out of here. Too much wind, too many white caps. It's getting nasty. Fish aren't cooperating. No sense in sticking around. But there was just something that happened where that wind got to that point where it was like, okay, it's enough, time to roll. And thank God we moved, because another 15 or 20 minutes, I don't even want to know.
Nuts. You know, we're smart fishermen. We pay attention to the weather. No app, like we checked 3 different apps. It was all between 6 and 10 miles an hour. And it's just happening. We got caught out there. Luckily pulled the plug when we did, because it's blowing like 35, 40 right now. Monster waves blowing right into the dock. Thank God I have a good co-pilot. You couldn't do this with somebody that sucked in one thing or the other, or if you didn't have somebody. But feeling real fortunate to be off that lake right now.
We were a little gun shy because of the day before, but I knew that the storm was already in, and it was threatening rain, that there was black clouds all over the West Mountains there. So pretty sure it was going to be okay. I told Denis, let's go ahead and launch and try fishing upwind where the waves aren't quite as big, and then if it really comes up, we can ride the waves back to the boat launch.
Came out of the boat launch this morning. It's kind of rough still. Not sure if we want to make a big run, not that it's too far away, but thought we'd try to hit some fish around here. We know there's some trout around this spot, but made 3 passes through here, had 2 strikes basically. Typical barometric blown out fish, so they're just grabbing it or not really getting hooked well. So I don't know if it's the spot or the dam. Oh, look at him, he's up there. Oh, double. Double on the just like that. You just had to get in the spot. Yeah. Which one did you have on there?
The black one.
Black.
Black and the fish.
Woo! That's a good one, huh? Oh! That's a psycho. That thing's going crazy.
Rivet fish.
Yeah! 2 fish back to back. That's a nice fish.
Probably an 18-incher. Nice fish.
Yeah.
It's probably our average.
The mag lip was actually first designed out of a mistake. They got in a fire, I think, and they melted and did some things, and so they started messing with the design. And they figured out the mag lip actually has what they call a skip beat action. So it does this and skips, and that it's like Buzz Ramsey explains it, like a cat with a ball and string. Like when you pull it away from them, that's when they grab it, and that's what the fish do. Trout and salmon, that mag lip darts and they grab it. Oh, that thing's fighting like crazy. I might have lost it. I think I lost him. Oh, maybe not. He's just swimming with it. Yeah, big fish flash in the black. Right on the surface. Another beautiful fish. Oh, jeez. Oh, yes.
Just realized what was going on.
Oh yeah, perfect. Look at that. Oh, it's just colored up. Look at that fish. So I took the knowledge that I had coming here from before, and we started at an island and at a place that had fish before. They weren't there. A depth where the fish were before. They weren't there. Started checking things off the list. Right on the surface. These fish aren't eating down below. They're eating in the first 5 feet of the water. Everything's up, gold, fish flash, 5 feet of water, 20 feet deep. Boom. There's your pattern. Look at perchy perch. Look at. I don't know why that made. I don't know why. That's perch. I mean, I'm pretty confident, aren't you? We decided to make a big move. Came across the other side of the lake, check it out. Not a lot of structure over here, really big flats, but when we were here in July, we caught a few big fish over here. Super scattered, but that's where the fish flash and all the attractor stuff's gonna come in handy. So we're gonna put out a big spread. We're gonna fish about 2.2, 2.3 miles an hour. Sweet! Woo! I caught a fish in like 8 hours. I don't even care. It's spoiled. That's on the black one too. But 20 feet. Got back out to 20 feet. We came here with an idea to really chase these big rainbow trout in the fall. It can be beautiful colors, and we did that. We got into some weather, but oh my God, the fishing is insane. We've been all by ourselves, roping giant rainbow trout. I mean, average 19-inch fish. We've caught, I don't even know how many fish over 20 inches. Big, beautiful fish, colored up, powerful. Everyone that hits, they hit that plug or that Taz, and they come out of the water and they're fighting. And I mean, you just can't ask for anything better. What a trip, just a great trip. Got to hang out with my uncle and rip fish. It just doesn't get any better.